Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for your great support always. I'm so grateful for your continued support to this channel. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Now, rioters stormed embassies and started fires in Democratic Republic of Congo's capital, Kinshasa, on Tuesday. Today, drawing tear gas from police and of course, in an eruption of protests over a Rwandan-backed rebel offensive in the east. Now the demonstrators targeted Western and African countries they accuse of complicity in Kigali's support of M23 rebels, of course, who have overrun the eastern provincial capital, Goma. Missions belonging to France, Belgium, the Netherlands, the United States, Rwanda, Uganda, Kenya, and the United Nations were all assaulted, European diplomats told the Reuters. As if that is not enough, you have seen the embassies of different countries being set on fire, and you can see how it was so little. At the French compound, men chipped at letters in cement. Some people scaled the wall and tire burned from railings. Now all of this because of Rwanda. What Rwanda is doing is in complicity with France, Belgium, and United States and others. As of course one protester, Joseph Ngoi, told Reuters. But on the same side, now Paul Kagame, who is the president of Rwanda, is defending and saying
these leaders of M23 and the majority of their fighters came from Uganda, where they had been as refugees who ran away from, or as a result of solving the problem of 2012, 2013, when these people moved to Uganda and others came here. I remember for specific actually number, those who came here were between 500 and 600, whom we disarmed and gave back arms to the government of DRC at the time, and had been kept here for a long time until when things as they kept changing, the government of DRC used to send even their officials to come and speak to people here where we had held them in camps, to speak to them purportedly to resolve their problems. It went on back and forth for a long time. The problems were never resolved. But these are not the ones who started the fighting. And if you want to see where these people, most of them are still here. The fighting was started by the main group that was in and from Uganda. So how did it become Rwanda's problem, honestly?
So now, Congo is accusing Rwanda of aiding M23 rebels and sending soldiers to join them. But Kigali says Kinshasa has occupied peace efforts and is failing to stop Eastern militia from threatening its security. Of course, a Reuters reporter in Kinshasa saw the Ugandan embassy being ransacked. And so chairs, desks, tables have been looted, and the curtains have also been pulled out from different embassies. From different embassies. Now remember, the other day, William Ruto, who is now the chairperson of African Union, came out giving his directions on what should happen, as the expectations, and even moving ahead, saying that he had talked with several individuals who are so concerned as this fight escalated badly. Listen to William Ruto.
The escalating conflict and deteriorating situation in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo are a grave concern to the people and governments of East Africa. Noting the worsening humanitarian crisis exacerbated by ongoing military actions, including the closure of airspace in Goma, I call for the immediate and unconditional cessation of hostilities. I emphasize the obligation of all parties to facilitate humanitarian access to affected populations and urge both sides to pursue peaceful means to resolving this tragic conflict. These alarming developments, coupled with rising diplomatic tensions in the region, underscore the urgent need for peaceful resolution to a conflict that continues to inflict untold suffering on the people, particularly women and children. As the current chair of the East African Community, Kenya is aware of the region's critical responsibility in de-escalating violence and facilitating dialogue between the parties involved. We confirm and firmly believe that a sustainable solution can only be achieved through engagement, constructive dialogue, and a renewed commitment to peace. I call on the parties to the Luanda process on Eastern DRC and appeal specifically to my brothers, President Felix Tshisekedi and President Paul Kagame, both of whom I have had the occasion to speak to this evening, to heed the call for peace from the people of our region and the international community. I call on them to dedicate all efforts towards achieving peace in Eastern DRC and restoring good neighborliness, an essential principle underpinning regional peace and collective responsibility. Consequently, and having consulted with the heads of state of our region, we will be convening an extraordinary East African Community Summit within the next 48 hours to facilitate and to deliberate on this crisis and chart a way forward. This is in line with the East African Community Summit's decision of November 2024, which called for constructive engagement to address this conflict. I thank both President Tshisekedi and President Kagame for their confirmed participation in this summit. Additionally, the African Union must not remain passive in the face of this escalating crisis. The East African Community stands ready to forge a stronger collaboration with the African Union and SADC, as well as the international community in encouraging the warring parties to prioritize engagement.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we continue, as we always do, ensure you like the video. When you like the video, you automatically support the work that I'm doing in this channel, because sometimes you watch and you forget liking the video. So this is just a reminder. Please, as you watch, consider liking the video. Now, Kenyans, according to the reports we are getting, is that there is a tension where the Rwandan president is being accused as a man who is behind the M23 rebels. On this side, Paul Kagame is claiming that these M23 rebels are coming from Uganda. They are not coming from Rwanda. That those M23 rebels that are coming from Rwanda are not the one that causing all these troubles in Congo. When Kagame is coming out to say it is the M23 rebels coming from Uganda, you can understand the type of game that is there in between the Rwandan president, Ugandan president. But why was the embassy of Kenya and several embassies being set on fire? It's because these individuals, or rather the protesters, are claiming that these individuals coming from these countries, they interfere with their complicity in their country. On the same note, you had even, let me say, you saw what happened in between William Ruto and the administration of Congo, where he was directed to arrest the opposition leaders who were, of course, the opposition leader called someone Cornelius Naga, who came out having his press briefing at Serena Hotel. And he was directed to come and arrest that man. But William Ruto said that he was not going to arrest that man because Kenya, you can say whatever you can say, you can have press briefing, but you cannot be arrested. So the administration of Congo never felt good. So we are feeling, the protesters there, some of them are feeling like Kenya and some countries, that their embassies in Lichomwa, they're feeling like these individuals are interfering with their issues, including, and the most important person there, they're claiming the Rwandan president. So you've even listened to what the Kagame is saying. So it is so pathetic, and it was so traumatizing. As embassies of Rwanda, Kenya, Uganda, and several others were set on fire. Remember, it was Kenya, Uganda, Rwanda, United States, Netherlands, Belgium, France, all of them iliwekwa moto. And so then you can understand how they were so furious. What about other embassies? Because maybe these individuals are not coming out to interfere with their issues. So let us see how things are going to be. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think? Drop your opinion at the comment section below. Otherwise, thank you so much because of your great support. Please consider subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing this video. Bye bye till we meet in another video.